What's up, guys? Volt here, bringing you a brand new car remake. In today's remake, I'm bringing you JackUltraMotive's 1991 Nissan Skyline R32 GTR. His own personal car, one of the cars he does own. He had it back a long time ago. I believe I got a request to actually make this car. I can't do the livery version, so I apologize. I cannot put the livery on it. It's just going to be it without the livery. Unfortunately, I can't even get the silver stripe on the side, which would look amazing. But as of right now, I'm going to pull in the sunlight real quick. As of right now, this is what I came up with. I've watched a few videos. I've done a lot of research on it. And this is what I came up with. So, again, Jack, if you're watching this, I do apologize if some things are off. It's GT Online. Plus, you don't really give all the specs on your car and, like, what all you've done to it. And it changes over time. So, it's kind of hard to keep up with it. I tried to go with a more recent version. I looked at his most recent videos before he actually put the livery on, and like you got the diffuser, you got the carbon splitter and the side skirts. I'll go over everything in the video, and as well I'll try to get some pictures. I'll make my own pictures out of the videos he has, so I'll do my best. Hopefully you guys do enjoy, and stay tuned for the build. Also, like I said, I think I did get a request for this. I thought it'd be a challenge, and I can't really find the person or the post that, you know, someone actually wanted me to recreate this car. So I do apologize. I don't have that request on screen right now for you. So again, I am sorry to the person that did request this car, or did maybe I was just thinking of it or dreaming of it myself. But again, who knows? If you guys want another build like this, either be like a YouTuber car, a personal car of some famous person or something, let me know. I love building cars, you know me, especially if they're like tuner type cars and such. So, but yeah, we're just gonna get right into the build and the base price of the car itself. Also, if you do know who actually did the request on this car, please let me know in the comment section down below. That way I can put you in the description. That way everyone does know who actually did request it and everything. So give a little bit of notoriety as well. Like I said, if JackUltraMotive is actually watching this video, I tried my best, dude, and I went through a lot of your videos, your vlogs, your Need for Speed Payback remake, a lot of different videos that you've done to actually build your car, and I did the best I could, and this is what I came up with. Yeah, hopefully you do enjoy. So let's get into the base price of the car. So to start things off, you're going to go to the Travel and Transport website. You're going to go to the Benny's Original Motorworks website. That way, if you do decide to sell it, you get more money back in the end instead of buying it off of somewhere else. You want to buy the Elegy RH8, which is free for most players unless you don't have a social club account, which most people do. But if you do not, by chance, it is $95,000. So there's that. So let's go inside and customize the beauty, or the beast, I guess you could say. Godzilla, I think it is, right? Isn't it? I believe. I could be wrong. You know, it's Elegy Retro Customs in the sports category. Yes, you should know that by now. I've done plenty of Elegy Retro Customs, so in my Fast and Furious remakes. So let's just start off with the base thing I always say. I go over the overall look, the visual appearance, and the basic design of the car and how it's portrayed in the movie, game, or real life in itself. Anything else is completely up to you. This is what I found out to be pretty well spot on, and customization-wise, needed for the car. Again, things I missed, you guys can let me know. If I did something that was wrong or you don't like, you can always change it up, but this is my own personal preference and own personal choice of the build. So without further ado, let's get into the build. So to start things off, you're going to go with the front bumper. You want to go with the carbon front splitter. He has a carbon front splitter, or like a lip on the front of the car. I don't know if he still has it, but he did have it in one of his videos with the back carbon bumper too. I'll talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, he did have that in the video, and like I said, I'll try to get some pictures on screen from the videos. That way I have a little bit of evidence to do that. If I don't have any video proof, I do apologize, but again, it's me making my own thumbnails. It's not pictures from like a website from like Fast and Furious cars and such. So yeah, he does have a carbon front splitter, I believe so. And this is the best one you can get for it. From there, we move on to the rear bumper. He does put a carbon rear diffuser on the car, and it looks amazing. I thought this would be the very first car, LG Retro Custom-wise, that I actually did put a diffuser on. I did put one on, I believe, my Need for Speed Payback Tyler Morgan's Skyline too. But I never put one on anything else. I thought they didn't look that great. But after looking at it on this, it doesn't look that bad. It actually does fit, and it does, the diffuser in the game actually does kind of look like his in real life to, some degree. But yes, he does have a carbon rear diffuser on there that you do want to put on. After that, we go to the bumper accessories. We want to go to the bumper meshes, and you just want to remove that bumper mesh. You know what that does? That opens up that beautiful intercooler that's in the very bottom, and he does show that off in one of his videos. I think it's his 2018 walk around of the car and what he done to it so far. That is the best one, I think, in my personal opinion. And the intercooler, you just want to keep the none. I don't think any of them, the other ones, actually fit his design for his car all that well. I just think the basic stock one looks the best, and it does just kind of fits the best too. From there, we move on to the chassis. Headlight trim, you just want to go with none. Just doesn't change at all. For the doors, you just want to keep none. There's no wind deflectors or anything like that. And for the fenders, you just want to keep them stock. It's not a wide body car, so you don't need to worry about extending the flares or anything on the car. For the engine block, now this is where it gets a little tricky. I went with none. The main reason is it's a red one, and he said in, I believe it's 2018 walk around, that he actually had his engine replaced or had to be replaced because it kind of got old or it might have went bad or whatever. And he replaced it with an R34 engine instead. And the R34 engine was red, and if you looked underneath the hood, I'll try to get pictures again on screen so you guys can see that. I went with the red one. I think the basic one looks cool. It does look cool if I put all these extra stuff on it, but I can't get it red unless I change the color of the primary or the secondary. So unfortunate, but I go with none. For the cam cover, I went with none too. It is red as well, so it is actually a red cam cover. For the strut brace, I don't believe he had a strut brace in any of the videos I saw. But I think that if anything, since he has so much carbon on the car that he put on and he was working on putting on the car inside and out, I would think a carbon strut brace would be pretty cool and would be a nice touch to the car. So that's what I put on. The basic strut brace you can keep, but I believe that the carbon one is just a little bit better. And it just fits more of the carbon-esque of the car. After that, we move on to the exhaust. You want to go with the titanium tuner exhaust. He does have a burnt tipped exhaust, and this one in the game actually looks the closest to it, I believe. It's pretty wide, it's pretty big, and it is a burnt tipped exhaust. It's like a rainbow tipped exhaust almost. It's pretty cool. I think it looks really cool. And it does fit the car and give it a little bit more flair to the car too. It breaks up all the basic negativity of the car being all one color, like all the same color, the carbon and the car itself, and the rims even. And just adds a little bit of color to the car, just instead of it being all negative and, a little bit of positivity isn't bad. After that, you want to go with the stock grille. That is the best option, I believe. It just keeps the stock color of the car. That way you're not wasting a little bit of money, which I did. Again, guys, I was kind of making this car as I was going through this as well. But the stock grille, I think, is the best option. After that, we move on to the hood. Hood accessories, you want to go with the carbon hood lip. He's got a little bit of a lip on the front of the hood, and it does actually have carbon on it. So, I think it's part of the actual hood itself, but in this game, you can't really do that. So I would think, just a carbon hood lip would actually look really cool in this, and it does look really cool with the hood. And for the hood itself, you want to go with the carbon extreme hood. I know I went with this exact hood for Paul Walker's R34, the blue one from Fast and Furious that I redesigned, but this one is carbon, and I think this one fits the best because the one that he has on his actual car is like a 2-vented one. And this is the closest one other than something close like this, but it's not really jutting out, if you know what I mean. It's sinking in, and this is more jutting out, which is what it would be. If this had 2 less vents, it would be ideal or almost perfect to the one that he has. But I still think this is the best option for it. After that, we move on to the interior. You want to go to the trim. You want to go to trim design. There's no sun strip on the car, so don't worry about adding one to that. Save yourself a little bit of money on there. For the trim color, it's going to be graphite, pretty much like the kind of the outside. For the dash, there's no special dash. He doesn't have a stripped out interior or anything. It's just pretty much a basic, everyday car that he takes to car shows. After that, we move on to the dials. He doesn't have any special boost gauges or anything. In one video, I think it was his 2018 review of the car as well, it had boost gauges and such down underneath the steering wheel, little, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't anything big like this, but they were very, very small, and they were down below. Kind of almost like a sleeper status design, I would say. So I'm not going to go with any design here. Again, I might be wrong. Maybe he does have something like like this or something somewhere I didn't notice. But from what I saw, I didn't see that much. After that, move on to the doors. You just want to go with none. Best option. Nice clean doors. For the seats, I went with the carbon tuner seats. Now, I know he has these like awesome looking confetti seats that he would probably never change. I think he still has them in this day right now, in his car right now. But I would think anything, carbon would just kind of fit the best. Again, his car's pretty much made out of almost entirely all carbon. It's got so many carbon parts on it. And I just think that the carbon tuner seats would just fit the best. I went with the basic design of the carbon tuner seats because I think they have the same design as his confetti seat. You just can't get the confetti seats in the game, which sucks, but the confetti seats are amazing. They look amazing. I wish I had them in my car, but overall, these are the ones I would go for at least. You could go with the ballistic fiber tuner seats if you want to have the green racing straps instead of the red, but you will be wasting a little bit more money, so do note that. After that, we move on to the steering wheel. You want to go with the Sprint Featherweight. He's got pretty much like a racing steering wheel almost in his car. He swapped it out with one of his friends, and it didn't look right. The one that he gave him, they kind of, they swapped them out, and it just didn't look right at all. It was like I want to say like a wood varnish or something, a wood stained steering wheel or something. It's pretty cool looking, but it didn't fit his car per se. But his steering wheel actually fit his friend's car pretty well. The one I went with is the Sprint Featherweight. For the light color, I went with silver. I didn't really see a change in the colors. I'm sorry, but it's just me. Maybe I got something wrong. You let me know down in the comment section down below. And for the roll cage, he doesn't have a roll cage in the car, so don't even worry about adding one in the car. After that, we move on to the lights. Now, as you can see, I'm inside my Arena War workshop. The main reason is because I believe that his real car, has white headlights. I don't believe they're xenon, and I don't believe they're stock. They're definitely not the stock ones in the game anyways, and I don't believe they're the xenon ones. I believe they're like a white light. I don't really see his car at night. I saw like one video with his car at night, and that was it. And the lights to me looked kind of white. He had like a bit of a strobe effect. You could turn him in like red and blue. Kind of go full police mode, as he would say. But you wouldn't want to do that on the streets because you could get pulled over and go to jail probably for impersonating a police officer at least. So you want to be careful with that. And I believe that, like I said, the white lights are just the best option. Too bad we can't get strobes on our lights, but I think the white lights just fit the car the best. And while I'm in here, I'll do the neon kit too. There is no neon on the car. He did have the sides done. Like on one video, I think it was like a neon like drift car show or whatever. It had he put neon on the car and it was like electric blue. It fit the car really nicely, but it didn't work out that well because, well, it didn't stay in there. It was only in there for one video that I saw. Again, I don't see the car at night, so I don't really know what he has running on it. He may still have it on there, but I highly doubt it because his car is pretty low. It could scrape and maybe scrape off or damage it. I don't know, but yeah. I don't believe neon is the best choice, but if you do want to put neon on, just put sides on and put electric blue. After that, we move back into Benny's and we go to livery. There's no livery on this car. I wish I could put at least the silver stripe on the side that he has, but I can't even do that. His new design for his car has like a racing livery on it. It's like red and black, or well, it's red, and his car is kind of like a blackish granite, like gray. I'll talk about the color in a little bit, but yeah, it looks pretty cool, but there is no liveries in the game that match any of that. If I had this stripe here alone, I would probably do it. But if you got rid of the redwood and all that stuff, I would probably do it. But unfortunately, that's not the case for the build for this livery. Just go with none. After that, move on to the plates. You want to go to the plate holder. You want to remove the front plate because he doesn't have a front plate on his car. And you want to go to the license plate and you want to put on the blue on white one because he's from, I believe, Washington. And I think this is the closest thing to a Washington plate that you can do. And I made a custom plate that is GTR. That is his show plate that he has at car shows and such. That way he doesn't have his real plate on. One of his friends made it for him, and I'll try to find screenshots of it, or make screenshots of it, I should say. And I think that it fits the best. I could put his real plate on there, but I just don't really want to put his real plate on there. But I think the GTR plate just looks good, and it does fit pretty nice. I wish I could put a dash in between the T and the R, but I can't, so it's all right. After that, saving respray for last, we move on to the roof. You want to go to the roof accessories. You want to put nothing on there. There's no roof vents or any kind of vent at all. And for the roof itself, it's just a stock roof. There's no vortex generators, no roof spoilers or anything like that, so don't worry about changing that up at all. From there, we move on to the skirts. You want to go with the carbon skirt extensions. I think they fit the best. He does have, I believe, skirts on the car At one point he said he didn't want to put skirts on, but I believe at one point with the front bumper and the rear diffuser as well being both carbon, I think he wanted to put carbon skirts on the side. I could be wrong, but I think these are the best ones that fit it. He wanted ones that kind of like, you know, jut out a lot better than like just the straight down ones like these. So I thought the ones that kind of jutted out, the carbon skirt extensions, fit a lot better than the drift skirts. It kind of makes the car more level altogether. It matches the bumper, it matches the diffuser, and it just fits overall. Now, I could be wrong. He may not have any kind of skirts on the car at all. They're probably very small if he does, and it's just very hard to get his car perfect because he doesn't go over everything that he's done so far this year. So, yeah, I still think this is the best option, though. After that, we move on to the spoiler. It's pretty much got his exact spoiler in the game, the carbon flap spoiler. It's pretty much the basic color of the car on the spoiler itself. Then it has like a flap that's made of carbon. The only thing is he does have like a trunk lid spoiler as well, but I can't get that and there's no option for it. It would look something kind of like this with the actual spoiler I have on right now, which is this. I believe that one of the cars in the game actually had that option. It had like the lifted spoiler along with a tail spoiler. I think the Banshee actually has the option of it. And unfortunately, you can't do it on the Elegy Retro Custom. But the best and closest thing you can get to it is the carbon flap spoiler. After that, for suspension, I went with the street suspension. He's got just a basic street car for the most part when I was building this. He doesn't have a race car, so I'm not going competition all the way. But he is lower pretty well. I mean, it's pretty well lowered in stance even. But unfortunately, I don't think we can get a stance on this car. He does have a stance to the car, and it is lowered pretty well as well. From there, we move on to the wheels. You want to go to wheel type. You want to go down to the sport category. You want to go to the stock rims, and you want to put on the 59 rims. I believe these fit the best. The only other ones that I could think fit the best would be something along the lines of the synthetic Z, but they go all the way out to the rim, plus they don't have that kind of like chrome lip around them. So I thought the 59s kind of fit the best. If we had rims that are kind of like the Farashi RR, which have like the rivets on the outside, with this, it would be almost exact. I would say almost, not perfectly exact. I went with these because of the chrome lip as well as them being the same exact amount of spokes and everything, so I thought this would be the best choice. After that, go to wheel color. You want to put on the black steel. He's got like a gunmetal gray, I believe, on his rims or something close to that. They're really dark-ish rims, so they kind of fit the car really nicely. The tires, there's no custom tire design on his wheels, so don't worry about putting them on. Tire enhancements, I mean, if you're making a real-life car, it's most likely not going to have bulletproof tires. So, but again, your choice. And tire smoke, white tire smoke. Last before the respray is windows. He did say in, I believe, his Need for Speed Payback build that he did have a little bit of tint on his car. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I thought dark smoke would be too much, and just, you know, none would be not enough. So, again, light smoke, best option. All right, now I'll see you guys in 2 seconds with a rolled steel primer color. All right, and we're back. Now, as you can see, I have my car in my basic rolled steel primer color. It's basically what I start with my primer color. That way you know what I start out with, and then just change it to the crew color or something in the LSC. This week, it's going to be, or this car, this build, is going to be a crew color, a custom crew color I designed. The Hex Code will be on screen right now. And what you want to do is you want to apply that to your primary. His car on his, in real life, has a car color of KH2 gray. I tried to recreate that the best I could. It's almost like a gunmetal gray to an extent. And I thought this fit the best for the build. As you can see, there's no pearlescent on it right now, and we will add a pearlescent here in a second. So after you apply that to the primary, you want to go to the secondary, you want to go to the crew color, and you want to apply that on there as well. All right, now that we have the car painted, we want to add a little bit of flair to it and a little bit of flash. So you're probably thinking, what kind of color can I add to this car to give it a little bit of flair? Do we go like an ice white or a frost white? That could be good, but it's a little bit too shiny. And at night, his car has like a bluish kind of shine to it. So my best guess and my best option that I came up with is a nice shadow silver. At night, it has a bluish glow to it, which you'll probably see when I go outside. In the daytime, it has a more of a silver kind of color to it, and it kind of gives it more of a silver shine. So you just want to apply that. And again, trim color is just going to be graphite. And that is it. That is how you create JackUltraMotive's 1991 Nissan Skyline R32 GTR that he owns personally, that it drives around. He made so many videos on, built in some of the car games as well. I believe in like Forza and Need for Speed Payback and things. Again, I'll try to do my best to get some pictures from his videos. Just take screenshots and try to make my own pictures out of them. So I have a little bit of proof to show you guys what I'm talking about. So let's go outside. All right, so it's dark outside. As you saw inside, it had like a silver glow to it. Now we go outside in the dark. It's got like a kind of more bluish kind of glow to it. And it just looks great. Now I know his real life taillights, he has like different kind of taillights. He has like the strobe lights on the front. He has different rims. But this is as close as I could come to his actual build in GT Online. I think it looks really cool. It's actually one of my more favorite Skylines I've built. And I've built a few Skylines in my time. Or Elegy Retro Customs if you want to go there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to smash like, subscribe if you're new. And I will continue to bring out more builds. Just let me know down in the comment section down below what you want me to build. Whether it be Fast and Furious, YouTubers, really famous people, whatever. Doesn't really matter to me. As you can see, I'm in a public session, by the way. Everyone always say, oh, you're not in the public session when you make cars. No, I'm in a public session. Trust me. People were trying to kill me and people were bothering me like crazy. But yeah, I think that's going to pretty much do it. So again, I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And I hope to see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.